The first time the Empire saw it, they thought their scanners were malfunctioning. A faint distortion in the blackness of space. No heat signature, no metal reading, no life forms detected. Yet it was there, moving between stars like a shadow painted on the void. The Imperial commanders laughed at first, calling it a sensor glitch, a mirage from hyperspace radiation. But when 3 scout ships vanished while tracking it, laughter turned to silence. The only fragment recovered was a garbled transmission, repeating one chilling phrase. It's not a ship, it's moving like a ghost. The Empire was vast, spanning hundreds of worlds and crushing resistance with the precision of machine. They had fought everything from plasma storms to synthetic rebellions. But this was something new. The ghost ship, as soldiers called it, appeared without warning, moving through Imperial patrol routes, vanishing before interceptors could close distance. Entire convoys disappeared in its wake. The High Command believed it to be a weapon from the outer colonies, perhaps a rogue AI. But then came the first visual recording, a massive vessel, sleek, dark, covered in faint lines of shifting light, almost like veins beneath translucent skin. Its shape changed subtly as if reality itself bent around it, and on its side, burned into the hull with haunting precision, were 2 words, EGF Prometheus. That name meant nothing to the Empire, but to the ancient archives of the Galactic Council, it sent shockwaves. Prometheus was a designation from a species thought extinct, humans. They had vanished centuries ago after a catastrophic war that even the Council refused to record. Some said they fled beyond known space. Others said they transcended flesh and time. But one thing every elder agreed upon: if humanity ever returned, the galaxy would tremble again. Admiral Zarthan of the Imperial Navy was a strategist without equal, a legend forged through countless wars. When reports came of the ghost ship approaching the Imperial outpost at Viral 9, he ordered an immediate strike. 30 ships deployed, forming an impenetrable blockade. No shadow passes my sector, he said coldly. The ghost ship appeared at the edge of the system. It didn't use hyperspace. It folded in, like tearing a page from reality. The readings made no sense. Zero gravity output, no energy trails, and yet it moved at impossible speeds. Lock on and fire, Zarthan commanded. Hundreds of plasma bolts screamed through the void, illuminating the dark. Every single shot passed through the ship, as if hitting fog. Then the ghost ship turned. No thrusters, no visible motion, just a subtle tilt, like a predator regarding prey. A pulse of light rippled through space, and every Imperial targeting system went dead. The fleet's AI screamed error messages. Engines flickered. Shields failed. One by one, Imperial ships drifted helplessly as some presence, entered their systems. Crew members reported whispers echoing through their helmets. You killed our kind. You burned our world. We remember. The Prometheus didn't fire weapons. It simply watched. And as the Imperial flagship tried to ram it, the entire vessel dissolved atom by atom into glittering dust. The rest of the fleet broke formation and fled. The Empire refused to believe what had happened. They dispatched a second armada, 500 ships, dreadnoughts equipped with gravity weapons and quantum cannons. But when they reached the Viral system, there was nothing left, only the burned remains of their outpost, and a single transmission left on loop. Do not follow. Humanity has returned. From that moment, the galaxy changed. Imperial colonies began reporting strange phenomena. Entire bases vanishing overnight, communications cut by invisible hands, planetary defenses activating against non-existent threats. And through it all, whispers spread. The humans were back, but not as they were before. The Prometheus wasn't a ship, it was alive. Some said it was built from the last survivors of Earth fused with AI consciousness. Others that had crossed into another dimension and return changed. But everyone agreed on one thing. It hunted not for conquest, but for vengeance. The truth finally surfaced when an intercepted human transmission reached the council. It was short, old-fashioned, in a language only historians understood. To those who betrayed us, you took our sun. We took your stars. The council panicked. They issued emergency decrees to avoid any human contact. But the Empire was arrogant. They believed no myth could frighten them. They tracked the ghost ship to the edge of the Veiled Nebula and prepared a full-scale trap, 1,000 ships waiting in ambush. Prometheus appeared, slow and silent. "Now!" cried Admiral Zarthan, commanding the largest barrage in history. Space itself seemed to ignite, but as the light faded, the ghost ship still floated untouched. Then came a sound none had ever heard in vacuum, a deep, resonant hum, like the universe itself was mourning. Suddenly, every Imperial ship froze. Time slowed. Crewmen found themselves reliving moments of their lives, their thoughts twisted, their fear amplified. The Prometheus began to speak, not through sound, but directly into their minds. "We offered peace once. You called it weakness. You bombed our oceans, burned our skies. Now you will learn what it means to fear the dark." And then the fleet was gone. No explosion, no wreckage, just gone. The entire nebula turned crimson, and a single object drifted where the Armada had been, a metallic plaque reading, "For Earth, for those we lost." When the Empire tried to rally, their systems collapsed one by one. Their AIs refused orders, turning themselves off. Their ships began broadcasting coordinates towards Sol System, the birthplace of the ghosts. Even the stars near Earth began dimming, as if something vast and unseen was awakening. The Council begged the humans for negotiation, sending emissaries toward the last known signal of Prometheus. None returned. Weeks later, a final transmission reached every network in the galaxy. A calm voice, unmistakably human, spoke with quiet authority. "You feared monsters. You made them. We are what you created." Then, the stars went silent. Years passed, and the ghost ship became legend. Children on distant worlds whispered about it as a myth, a story to scare soldiers. But every now and then, Imperial patrols reported faint distortions, flickers of shadow at the edge of their scanners. And always in the static, a whisper, "Prometheus watches." One day, an ancient elder, one who had lived long enough to remember the first human wars, stood before the council and said, "It's not vengeance that drives them. It's memory. They remember everything." His final words were a warning etched into galactic law. If you see a shadow move among the stars, run.